I'm always flexing.
I'm always flexing. I'm always flexing. Yo, bitch, always texting.
She gon' give already. Something to think about right now. She gon' give already. Something to think about right now.
Hey y'all, welcome or welcome back to my channel. It's the one and only Zaria Shakira, but you can call me Z, and I am back again with another YouTube video. I'm really excited for this one because, as y'all know, or if y'all follow me on Instagram, y'all at least know that I've been wanting to do story times on this channel. This is a new channel that I created just for like my other creative outlets and other things that I just want to do aside from hair and makeup. So if that is something that you would like to see, then go ahead and subscribe to my channel because I'm pretty lit, so y'all might really rock with me. I feel like once I do one story time, the rest of my story time juices will just keep flowing, and must y'all know I have a lot of stories to tell y'all, okay? Like, my life is kind of crazy, so we about to get into it. I've told this story a couple times on Instagram. If you aren't following me on Instagram, go follow me on Instagram. Anywho, we're about to get into this video. So before we get started, just make sure you are subscribed to my channel and go ahead and like this video because I'm sure you guys will find this entertaining. So I do have a little drink on hand because, I don't know, I mean, I don't need to drink to tell the story, but like, I feel like it'll loosen me up a little bit, and I don't know, it'll probably just add to the entertainment. So let me go ahead and get my sip in. I am drinking some Tito's vodka, and I actually mixed this with lemonade. And have y'all ever tried mixing your white liquor with like a light juice and then add your favorite Crystal Light flavor in it? Like, bruh, I might just change your life. I actually put the fruit punch flavor in here, and this is bomb. I don't really know what to title this video quite yet, but obviously I'll figure that out later. So this story was about this guy that I used to, I guess, kind of talk to, or like we were just trying to be friends, and it went a little faster than it should, but it was some bullshit. So y'all already know story times, y'all gotta give the person a name. So we're gonna give him the name of we're just gonna be basic. Let's say James, okay? Sorry to any James out there. I'm not calling y'all basic, but James. So just a little disclaimer before I really get into all this juice and tea about my life. Anybody that I mentioned in my story time, like, I don't have any affiliation with them anymore. So, you know, bridges are burned, friendships are kind of dead. So the only person that would know I'm talking about them is them. Like, I'm not, you know, telling stories to other people using names or whatever and trying to start a whole bunch of mess. I'm not a messy person. I'm really not. But I feel like my life is crazy enough to just tell these crazy ass stories that be happening to me. Anywho, about this guy, James, okay? So let me get the dates right, and also I don't have all that fancy stuff to be putting the little screenshots on the screen, so I'm gonna either just read y'all verbatim what the text say, or I'm just gonna briefly explain the story and just tell y'all the story. I mean, I have receipts for almost every story I tell. I definitely have receipts for this story, but you know, it's not that deep to me to put up screenshots. Like, what I'm saying is factual. Like, I'm not about to sit here and make up a story. Anyway, so let me just give y'all like the backstory, I guess, before we get into like the actual story. So me and James, we knew each other briefly, like in high school. Like, briefly, like it wasn't like a, oh, that's my friend. It was like, oh, when I see you across the hall, you know, I'll speak or whatever, or be like, hey, what's up? But it was never no conversation past, hey, how you doing, really, honestly. So yeah, I knew him from high school. We barely spoke to each other. You know, I wasn't even attracted to him in high school, so like nothing would have gone past, hey, how you doing anyway. Like, if I'm not automatically attracted to you, like, you're gonna be friend zoned, first of all. I don't mean to sound like that, but I mean, that's just how, you know, you're gonna be friend zoned first. Like, we can be friends, and if I decide to, you know, not if I decide, but like if I end up developing feelings for you, or you know, we get closer and it's like, you know, I could see myself, then that's what we'll go that route. But for the most part, if I'm like automatically attracted to you, then we just gonna be friends, and it's just gonna be like a hey, how you doing type of thing. So yeah, I don't know in high school if he was really like attracted to me, but he told me, like, as we were talking, that he tried to talk to me once and somebody was cock blocking, and after that he just was like, fuck it. But I don't recall that happening. Like, I can probably say I remember he probably talked to me, but I don't remember the conversation. Like I said, I wasn't attracted to you, so I'm not gonna remember you talking to me. You know what I'm just saying? Like, if it wasn't my crush coming up to me, talking to me, then I was not gonna remember the conversation. Like, simple as that. Anywho, fast forward to summer 2020. I'm just gonna say summer. I guess I can give y'all some type of like timestamps. Let me go back in the beginning. So this was around like, I think this was like the first week of July. So it was either like the last week of June or like the first week of July that I took it upon myself to slide in some DMs. Now, if y'all know me, I mean, y'all probably don't know me yet because this is this channel, but like, if y'all know me from my other channel and from Instagram or whatever, y'all know, like, I'll be sliding in nobody DMs, okay? Like, that's just not me. Niggas slide in my DMs and I decide if I want to talk to them. But in this occasion, I decided to be the one with the courage to slide in some DMs. But it wasn't on no, like, you know, fuck me type of stuff. It was just like, he posted a story in regards to like Virgos or something like that. So I'm gonna give y'all like another little backstory. But he posted something about Virgos and I was just like, should I respond or should I not? Because I was thinking in my head, I was like, I know if I say something to him, it's not gonna just be this conversation. Like, a lot of dudes in high school, I would say they liked me or at least found me attractive and would want to try to pursue me if they had the chance to. So I already knew, like, if I was to say anything to him, he probably would respond back on some shit like, you know, flirting or at least trying to be funny. So anyway, I slid into his DMs, and the reason why I did that is because, like I said, he said something about Virgos, and if y'all don't know, I'm a Virgo, so I was just like, hold up now. Because I didn't know him well enough in high school to know like what his zodiac sign was. And the backstory behind me even, you know, saying anything because he said something about Virgo is because, so I don't know, I've just had like rough times with certain dudes that came into my life. And I was just like, and this was like maybe a week or two before me and him had conversation. So like a week or two before, I was just like, Lord, please, if you really want me to be with somebody, please just send me a Virgo. Like, I just need to know what that energy is, because I know my Virgo energy. And I was just like, okay, well, if it's two of my energies in the same relationship, we might can do something. Because like, I'm a pretty cool person. Like, it's gonna be hella laughs and giggles. Like, I love to laugh, so that's the first thing. Like, if you can make me laugh, I can make you laugh, great. So I was just like, Lord, is this the sign that I've been praying for? Like, he said something about Virgos. Like, is this my calling to slide in his DMs? You know, am I about to find my Virgo husband? Like, I don't know. I just feel like, at least right now in my 24-year-old mindset, I'm meant to be with someone of the same sign as me. I just feel like friendships and even relationships will probably work out better with someone of the same sign. I've thought that for a while, but it was starting to like settle in my brain this year. Like, okay, maybe, you know, other signs just aren't compatible with Virgos. I don't know what it is. Like, we're cool people, but you know, everybody don't fuck with us. We don't fuck with everybody. So it's like, you know, it is what it is. So I just thought that was my calling to be like, all right, let me slide in his DMs. Because if he a Virgo, I'm a Virgo. Like, at least we can see where it goes. And that's what I did. So I was just like, well, fuck it. Like, I asked for a Virgo, so this must be the Virgo I asked for. And I was just like, he wasn't my type in high school. I already told her. He was not, like, I was not checking for him in high school. He clearly wasn't checking for me that much because, like, we didn't date. You know, we didn't talk after, like, the first conversation or whatever. But now, he kind of, you know, he was leaning towards my type. And I was just like, where this glow up happened? Because you're looking good. So I was already in, like, the flirting mode. I was just like, you know, if he gonna flirt with me, I'm gonna flirt back and we gonna see what's popping. That's just the type of person I am. If I know, like, I want something to go a certain way, like, I'm not trying to say I'm manipulative, but like, if I flirt with you, you gonna flirt back. Like, let's just be real. You mean to tell me if I flirt with you, you ain't gonna flirt back? Okay. So anyway, I don't even remember what he said about, you know, Virgos, whatever, but he said something, and I was just, you know, we had a little kiki. That's how it was. We had a little kiki, and after that, he said something about conversing with me and me giving him my number. So I was just like, you know, I don't like to give out my number because like I told y'all, the history that I have with these men that I've allowed into my life, like, it's like, why did you even ask for my number? That's really what it is. Like, why'd you even ask? Like, why'd you even start talking to me? So yeah, we started to text or whatever, and I ain't gonna lie, like the first 2 to 3 weeks of us talking or whatever, it was cool. And y'all know, that's what niggas do, okay? They like to waste about 2 weeks of your life and then be on some fuck shit. And that's basically what happened to me. So let's get into the story. I'm trying to scroll up to like the beginning of the text thread, but like my texts are really being stupid right now. Like, we could have been, I'm just going through this stuff now. Like, we took a picture together. I mean, it's nothing to take a picture with somebody, but like, I'ma get, ooh, y'all about to know the tea. Like, I'm about to tell y'all almost everything. And the reason why I have to tell y'all certain things is because like it adds to why I'm like, what the fuck. We started talking, I would say like the beginning of July, and my texts keep closing out. Maybe it's not meant for me to tell this story. So I'm trying to go up to like the beginning of our messages just so I can, you know, refresh my memory of like how we started talking, but I don't really recall because I can't look and see. But basically, you know, we started chatting or whatever, and you know, conversation was great. Like, we was on the phone for hours. Like, the first time we talked on the phone was probably like a day or two after we got each other's number, and we was on the phone like for a long time, okay? Like, we was on the phone like we've been friends for them 10 years. Like, I was like, who is this? Like, why are we on the phone this long? But it was good conversation. That's why I was just like, maybe this is my husband. Like, this is basically a story about my ex future husband. Like, this is the story about him. And whenever he sees this video, if he decides to see it, whether it's now, in a year, 10 years, I hope you know, like, shoulda, coulda, woulda. Could have been my nigga, should have been my nigga, and you would have been my nigga, but you was on some shit. Anyway, yeah, we started talking on the phone like we was friends. Like we was friends in high school and never stopped being friends. That's how we was talking on the phone. But, you know, we was catching up on stuff, you know, venting to each other, you know. Like I was saying, he's a Virgo, I'm a Virgo, so I already knew like we had that type of connection. So it was kind of like we was like besties almost. It was kind of like we had that relationship, like if we was best friends, this is what it would be like. Like, that's really what it was. And honestly, let me just go ahead and say first now before I get to the end of the video, but when I slid in his DMs, like, of course I was thinking about the future, like, maybe this could be my future bae or whatever, but I wasn't going in to talking to him looking for him to be my boyfriend. Like, I even still right now, like, I don't care to have a boyfriend right now. If there's anybody that I talk to and, you know, we get a little close, like, cool, but like, it's not what I want right now anyway. So I wasn't even tripping on the fact that, you know, he probably didn't want to be in a relationship, and neither did I. You know, we was on the same page, at least I thought, but clearly we wasn't. Anywho, yeah, so we was talking on the phone a lot, texting each other for a good like week or two, and then like after the second week, he hit me with some I'm not really good at texting and FaceTime and da 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 da. Mind you, y'all know when you say mind you, keep that in mind. So, mind you, the whole 2 weeks we was talking, he was texting me. It wasn't like no back and forth like every second of the day. And I understand, like, we're older now, we can't do that shit no more. Like, we got shit to do. We got lives. So I wasn't even tripping on like, you know, him texting me every hour or shit. Nothing like, it wasn't nothing like that. I'm not on that type of stuff no more. So, you know, but it was still frequent. He would text me frequently. I would respond frequently. We would have conversation. We would talk to each other late at night or whatever on the phone, you know, actually having, you know, face-to-face conversation. Well, phone-to-phone conversation. It wasn't really FaceTime, but like we tried to FaceTime, but that was some bullshit too. We'll get to that. So yeah, after he told me that he wasn't that good with like texting and FaceTiming and stuff, I was confused because I'm just like, well, you've been doing good up until this point. Like, why now are you trying to tell me like you don't do this stuff? Which I know you do. I don't know if he was trying to pursue me early on, but just the things he was saying, like, okay, this is the part that I don't want to skip. So like, we was on the phone and he would say slick stuff like calling me his girlfriend, his baby and stuff like that. I'm just like, okay, like, I like to hear it, but at the same time, like, I'm not on that right now, so Like, I just was like, he just talking just to talk. Like, I'm not taking nothing he says seriously, but I am keeping note like that. Not keeping note, but I am like taking into consideration like certain things that you're saying and telling me and calling me. My dad just called me. I kind of lost my train of thought, so I'm trying to backtrack. At least I think I'm at this part. But basically, I was just confused as to like why he was telling me that he's not good at FaceTime and texting, and you know, because that's what he was doing. Like, we was even on the phone. So why is it a problem now? Calling me your girlfriend, act like I'm about to be your future girlfriend, when I wasn't even on that type of stuff. Like, I didn't really care to even be called that, because I wasn't looking at him as like a boyfriend material. When it comes to like dudes that I talk to, I like to at least like feel you out first before I, you know, automatically be like, okay, this can be bae. Like, it was starting to look like it. And I think after a while, well, I know after a while I did start to catch a little bit of feelings, but we're gonna get into that too. So, anywho, so after he said that, I was just like, okay, like, you want to something and I don't know what it is. Like, if you ain't want to talk to me like that, then you shouldn't have been starting out calling me your girlfriend, your future, nothing. Like, nothing. Like, even mentioning something about like cutting my hair, he was like, my girlfriend can't be bald headed or something. Like, I was just like, first of all, I do what the fuck I want, whether I'm your girlfriend or not. But secondly, like, you saying that type of stuff, it's obviously going to hold some type of weight, and I'm just going to be like, okay, maybe like after some time of like really fucking with each other, we could be something. So fast forward to, I guess, like a week later, he started to act a little not the same. And when I say not the same, like, he was barely talking to me. You know, before this whole like sporadic texting back and sporadic talking to me, he would always like send me voice messages, you know, hope you have a great day type of stuff, you know, just like cute little shit. And I was just like, okay, I really fuck with it. But then it stopped. So I was just like, what's really tea? Because you know, when a dude acting right and then he stop out of nowhere, something is up. And we're gonna get into that juice a little later, but I'm just trying to fill y'all in on like the details that y'all need to know before we unwrap everything. So yeah, a week goes by and we're talking. Let me see if this message is still up. Well, anyway, so what had happened after like the third week, I don't really know if this is really like week 1, 2, and 3, but to me it felt like it was like the third week when he started acting a little iffy. Like, the only problem that I had with him was the fact that for the few little days, couple of weeks that we were talking, you know, he was consistent, you know? So when it stops, I'm just like, what's up? So I asked him, like, we over 21. So why are we still acting like we're in high school? So I asked him, I'm just like, you know, why are you not talking to me? Like, I don't know if I verbatim if this is what I said, but basically it was like, you know, you was talking to me, now you wasn't, da 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 da. And he was just like, sorry, I can't give you the attention that you need, yada yada yada, da 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 da. I'm just like, sir, but you was giving me that attention for the first 2 weeks. So why all of a sudden now you can't give it to me? Like, it's always when you start like really falling for somebody when they start acting up. And I feel like he knew I was falling for him because of how much I wanted to talk to him, you know, how much I was asking to FaceTime. Because, like, I don't really like phone conversations. I don't really care to talk on the phone. I prefer FaceTime because I want to see your face when I'm talking to you. Like, I feel like that's normal. Maybe it's not. Maybe people are just used to talking on the phone, calling it a day, and that's that. But when it comes to me, if it's someone that I'm talking to, or even just my friends, like, I don't always want to just be on a phone conversation. Like, I'm a FaceTimer. I like to FaceTime. I like to see your face. Even if I'm looking crazy, I still want to see your face, you know? So yeah, we briefly FaceTimed. It wasn't even like, the times we FaceTime probably was no longer than 5 minutes. So I was just like, really? Like, we can be on the phone for hours, but you won't be on FaceTime with me. But then again, his FaceTime, well, his service was like trash. So kept reconnecting, poor connection, all that shit. So it was whatever. But certain things slowed down a little bit, stopped talking as much as he used to. And I was just like, I don't like that, because you're not about to pick and choose when you want to talk to me. So yeah, he basically hit me with the, oh, I can't give you the attention that you want mind you, you asked for my number. You wanted to pursue me, or for whatever friendship that you wanted. You know, you asked for that. I didn't ask for your number. If I asked for your number, then I will understand. You know, it would be a little bit different. But for you asking for my information and wanting to talk to me, keep that same energy. So like I said, I'm gonna try not to keep flopping around. I'm trying to give y'all like the straight story and, you know, connect the dots. But if I gotta jump back to something, just know that's just how my brain works. After that, like, we were still talking or whatever. We were still chatting. It wasn't like no hard feelings. Like, I wasn't tripping because, like I said, I didn't want a relationship from it. You know, it'd have been cool had that happened, but I wasn't, you know, into it for a relationship. Like, that was the least of my concerns. To have a friend to talk to, cool. You know, we was friends, but he kind of took it off the friend zone when he started calling me girlfriend names, okay? Basically, we stopped, you know, talking often, but we still was talking like almost every day. So it was cool. Like, I wasn't tripping on that. But the other thing that would irritate me would be, we would have phone conversation, but it'll be like quick ones, and then he'll say he'll call me back. So I'm just like, okay, like, I'll talk to you later. Later came, and I ain't never heard from him. So on top of like us not talking as much, and him telling me that he can't FaceTime and do this and give me his attention and stuff, and then when it's time to call me back, you never call me back. Like, you just go ghost. Like, stuff like that, I started not to like, because I'm just like, you're not about to play with me. Nobody's about to play with me. Each time he would say he's gonna call me back after we get off the phone, he never called me back. So I'm just like, okay, that irritated me, because I'm like, I understand the phone works both ways, and he tried to give me that excuse like, oh, phones work both ways. He didn't say that, but basically his argument was the phone works both ways. So if you miss me, or if I say I'm gonna call you back and I don't call you back, just call me. No. Why would I do that? First of all, you said you're gonna call me back, so that tells me you're gonna call me back, okay? Secondly, I understand I can call you, but at the same time, like, we're not together, you know? I wasn't looking for us to be together, so it wasn't like I needed to call him if he didn't call me, you know what I'm saying? And I wasn't going to do that because we're not together. So the whole not calling back thing happened like throughout the whole time we were kind of talking, except for like the first week or two. So just keep that in mind. So just little stuff like that just rubbed me the wrong way, and I'm just like, I talked to him about it, you know, we had conversation, and I guess we kind of like squashed it. He understood where I was coming from, and I understood where he was coming from, but at the same time, it's just like, you know, stop doing that. Just, if you're not gonna call me back, or if you don't want to talk to me later, don't say you're gonna call me back, because that's gonna irritate me when I don't hear from you, and you say you're gonna hit me back and you don't. I don't know, shit like that bugs me. It's a little pet peeve, I guess. Oh yeah. Look, see, now I'm about to insert something. So we went on a little date, okay? We did go on a little date. Oh wow, this is like the meat of the story. Well, actually, this is what's next. So we went on a date probably like the second or third week into us talking or whatever, and it was cool. Like, it wasn't weird because, like I said, we knew each other from high school, so it wasn't like I was meeting a whole new person, which I was thankful for, because at that time, I didn't really have time to be meeting no new people and just be doing all this bullshit. But since we knew each other, I was like, okay, cool. Like, it's not like you're a stranger. You're not a complete stranger. But so yeah, we went on a date. It was cool. And after the date, I went to his house because he wanted his hair done. And I was just like, okay, like, you know, we're talking or whatever. I'm not about to. He even asked me like how much I would charge, and I was just like, if you just want this, like, I'm not about to charge you. Like, it is what it is. Like, I'm that type of person. Like, I'm nice. Like, sometimes I don't charge people. Sometimes I give them discounted prices. You know, it's just whatever I feel like in that moment. Like, if I want to go through that, then I will. If I don't, I don't. So I was just like, it's just little flat braids. I can do that or whatever. Like, it's nothing. So I did his hair, met his mama or whatever, and, you know, she was gassing me. She was like, oh, you're so pretty. I would have remembered you from high school. I was like, oh, thank you. So in my head, I was just like, oh, his mama liked me, so maybe, you know, this really could be something, you know. So yeah, I do his little head or whatever, and after he gets his hair done, like, I'm not telling y'all the details of me doing his hair, but basically after he got his hair done, the first thing out his mouth, he was looking at himself, he was like, oh yeah, I'm about to be on my bullshit now. Excuse me? You're about to be on what? Okay. Okay. And so it was. Okay, when I tell you after that boy got his hair done, he was on his bullshit. So when it came to him saying he was gonna call me back and never did, kept happening. FaceTimes, 2 minutes max. Phone conversations, barely had any more of those. Yeah, just basically the stuff he was doing in the beginning, he stopped doing after he got his little head done. And I was just like, it didn't hit me at that moment, but like looking back at it, I was just like, okay, I see. So yeah, he was basically really on his bullshit after that, and it was just rubbing me the wrong way because I'm just like, you wasn't acting like this in the beginning, why all of a sudden now? So later, I don't know if it was the same day I did his hair or if it was like later that week, or it must have been the same day I did his hair, but basically I found out that his hairstylist was busy. So he wanted to get another one for the quickie. Using me. But you know, after our little date and after he got his hair done, like stuff was still cool, but like that weekend it was over. Like I did his hair on like a Thursday or something, and by Saturday he was a whole new nigga. Literally, okay? Like when I did his hair, we took a picture. I was like, oh, we really could be like a cute little couple. Like we really could be a cute little couple. But yeah, like we started, you know, it was still a cool conversation after that, but like I said, we started talking like beginning of July, and once August came, y'all know Virgo season starts in August. Once August came, this nigga started showing his ass. So he was just going out all the time, you know, always out late, and I'm just like, I get you have a life, like no shade to what you got going on, but at the same time, like if you're gonna pursue me, at least make time for me. If you're not gonna make time for me during the day, at least make time for me at night. Like let me hear your voice at night, cupcake or whatever before we go to bed, and that's gonna be that. But for some reason he just wasn't on that no more, and I was just like, okay, I'm peeping. I'm very observant. One thing about Virgos, we're very observant. So like when you start acting different, trust me, we peep it. We just don't say nothing. So now it comes to us actually linking more after like the date or whatever. So that weekend that it came, I was basically saying like, I want to see you tomorrow, you know, we can link up again. And he was like, cool, bet, you know, we can do that too. Like, I want to see you too. So I'm under the impression that we're going to link again. We're going to see each other, hang out, do whatever we do, you know, whatever. That day came and that day left. This is when he just started ignoring my, I would say he started ignoring my texts, because if we were talking for some time and we're texting, talking or whatever frequently, and all of a sudden now like the weekend's here, Saturday night, you just ignore me and don't have nothing to say to me, it's just like, okay, like I see what's going on here, but I'm gonna just wait it out a little bit. Like I'm that type of person, I'm not gonna completely say I'm done with a nigga until he really give me reason to be done with the nigga. So he still claimed that we was gonna get up tomorrow or whatever. We never did, but I got irritated and I was just like, I know me, it was late, I'm not about to sit up here and be arguing tonight, because the old me surely would have came out and it wouldn't have been pretty, because the old me was something else. But you know, basically I was just like, yeah, you're on your bullshit clearly, so you know, I'm irritated, I don't really want to talk to you. That's the type of person I am. If you irritate me enough, or if you just irritate me to the point where it's like I don't want to see you or talk to you, then just leave me alone for that time. Like just let me be in my own madness and get over it myself, because the more I talk to you, the more it's gonna frustrate me. I don't know if y'all are like that, let me know. But yeah, basically I'm about to read the messages from that weekend. So like Sunday came, this was like Saturday, I just told you, but Sunday came and I just hit him up or whatever, and I was just like, what you want? He was like, playing a game with my brother, you can come over if you want. And I was just like, okay, I gotta make a stop and I'll be on the way. So I was on the way, and then he texted me like, you already on the way, with a little cringy face. Like, you know how they be like, when girls say don't be mad at me because they about to tell you some bullshit? That's what he hit me with. He hit me with a, you already on the way. Yes, I'm already on the way. I told you 3 days ago I wanted to see you again. So what you mean? Like, when you said come over, I'm coming over. But he ended up saying that he had to go somewhere and, you know, but I'm down the street, so he's gonna wait. So when I get there, this man tells me he has to go to another city because he got to handle some business with his friends, whatever. And I'm just like, he claimed he forgot, but I'm just like, you know damn well you talk to your friends more than you was talking to me, so you knew what you had to do this weekend, so don't try to act like you ain't up. But if he didn't, cool. Like, I wasn't upset. I was upset at the fact that, like, I pulled up to your house, you know, clearly we was gonna hang out or whatever, but that wasn't gonna happen because you was about to leave to go to another fucking city. So I was irritated about that, but I understood. I was just like, okay, if you got stuff to do, like, do it. Like, I'm not about to hold you back and be like, no, stay here with me. Like, we're not together. We're just friends. We're just talking. We're just filling each other out. Like, it's nothing to be, like, clingy about. Like, if you got stuff to do, go do it. Like, hit me up when you free, basically. Well, I told him to be safe or whatever, and I guess text me when he get there or when he's on his way back, because if he was coming back at a decent time, I still would have went probably back to his house, or we would have just went somewhere else, to just hang out or whatever and did whatever. Later that night comes, and I was just like, I just told him good night, and then he responds right back. I'm looking at the messages now. This is 3 o'clock in the morning. I text him good night after not talking to him since he left, basically. Well, I text him like around 12:30 asking him where he was at. And he was saying he was just not leaving, which was mean he was on his way back to the city. So I'm just like, okay, yes, we do live in the same city, by the way. I was like, okay, cool. 3 hours passed, he never said nothing back. So all I said was good night, and he responds right back. And I was just like, so you couldn't text me? You wasn't driving. You couldn't even just say, I'm on the way back. You couldn't say nothing. You just ain't say nothing. So I was like, let's make today the last day you play with my emotions. And I was serious about that because I don't play with my money and don't play with my emotions, okay? What I said was, let's make today the last day you play with my emotions. And then I say, why you always saying you gonna call me back and never do? I don't like that, and I'm tired. Like, I just had to let him know off bat, because we've been talking for a while. We've been chatting for like over a month now. Well, almost a month now. So I'm just like, if there's an issue that I have, I at least need to let him know this now before I carry it on to 3 months of us communicating and shit blows up because I didn't say what I needed to say earlier. So I just let him know that, and he didn't say anything back. He texted me in the morning talking about some good morning. Like, so you just gonna ignore what I say? Okay. So yeah, when he said good morning, we talked on the phone after that, and I guess we made plans to go to this place to get some like desserts or whatever. So I'm on my way there. I get there. I'm waiting on him. By the time we went to this place to get the desserts, it was pretty late. It wasn't super late, but it was like dark outside, obviously. And he was late. He was running late. He had things to do. I ain't about to put all his business out there because that's none of y'all business, none of my business to be telling. So, he was doing what he was doing, and he called me and was like, order me this. I'm on the way. So I was like, okay, let me go in there and order this shit. I got it. He came, he pulled up, he got in my car, we just chatted or whatever. Like, this was like a car date. Like, for real, I don't even know. I guess I just didn't want to go to his house. I really don't know like why we decided to go where we went, but it was just like a little car date, nothing special at all. So, we was talking whatever, shit was sweet, like, we was vibing. Like, it was just a little vibe. It was really like a vibe, our little car date was a little vibe. After that, it was pretty cool, but I was still kind of like, okay, this nigga about to be flexing on me every time we go somewhere, then I'm not about to be fucking with him like that, because I don't got time. Like, you came into my life asking for my time, and you're over here wasting it. At the end of the day, like, that's what you're doing. So after that date, everything kind of seemed to be back on track. Like, I feel like there were still times where he would either say he would call me back and wouldn't, or like, we would just text, but not often. But looking at it, conversation was still okay. So mind you, he's a Virgo, so now we're in August, and Virgo season starts like August 23rd, 22nd, 23rd. I'm not sure. I fuck with September Virgos. We're not gonna go there, but just know September Virgos are where it's at. But anywho, his little fuck ass birthday was in August, but like basically towards like the beginning second week of August, that's when he just started to rub me the wrong way, and I was just like, you know what? It's not worth it, because I know myself now, And I know that if something is irritating me, especially with a dude, and they keep doing it, they obviously, one, they don't care, and two, I'm just going to make myself more mad being upset about something that I've already spoken about. So if I have to keep reiterating the same thing, it's just going to piss me off, and it's going to be like, it's just going to be a roller coaster. Like, I already know. That's just what I'm used to. That's what has happened. I'm over it. So yeah, basically like the weekend following of me doing his hair is when he started, you know, acting and being on his bullshit. Like he said, like he wasn't talking to me really. So one of the last conversations, he had some running around to do. He started this new job where he was doing some shit, and you know, he was busy. I understood that. Like, I get it. And I had to do my hair. So this was around the time, if y'all really want to know, like I had my little faux locks in. This is a wig, by the way. But I had my faux locks in, and I had just did them. So he was like, where my pictures at? And I was just like, you not my nigga, but since I fuck with you like that, I guess you can have a picture. Like, it's been so long since a dude asked me for a picture. When I say a dude, I mean the dude that I'm actually with asking for a picture. Like, I hadn't been in a relationship in, oh my god, this just reminded me of another important part. Well, I haven't been in a relationship in, like, from the time of me talking to him, it was like a year, probably a year and a half or something like that. Well, the last dude before him, like, wasn't my boyfriend, but we were dating. We definitely were dating. So my last relationship was about a year prior to, like, a year and a half prior to us, like, rekindling or whatever. And so back to the conversation. See, this is why I tell you, like, my mom be skipping shit. So back to when I went to his house and he told me he had to go out of town for something. We had a conversation outside because at that point I was irritated. So I was just like, okay, he already knew my body language, like, was just like, all right, nigga, like I was just like not here for it. I was just like, okay, what else you about to tell me? Some bullshit. So we ended up talking or whatever. I kind of was like vague about explaining what I wanted to explain, because in my mindset at that time, I was just like, I'm not his girl, he's not my man, so I can't really come at him like, well, you're not doing this, you're not doing that. Like, for what? We're not together. So I just had to try to make it seem like, you know, I had to try to make the conversation more so of like, you know, how he made me feel about the situations that happened versus like him just not doing something, if that makes sense. Like, I wasn't gonna be complaining like, well, you never call me back. I mean, I did say that and I did let him know that, but at the same time, it wasn't like a I'm your girlfriend type of thing. It was like a, well, I just get irritated because, you know, you say you don't call me, da-da. But I think that's when I was telling y'all, like, we talked about it and we squashed it. I didn't really get into detail, but it reminded me a little important piece when I just told you I hadn't been in a relationship in about a year and a half. This fool, I knew he had got out of a relationship not when we started talking, but probably sometime like in the beginning stages of us talking. And he didn't tell me how soon it was, or how recent it was, or how long ago it was. So I'm just like, okay, well, you never even told me. I was like, well, how long ago has it been since you've been in a relationship? He was like, it's been a few months. I was like, what's a few months? Because a few months from now could have been April, May, June. Like, what month was it? He told me he got out of the relationship in March. So I'm just like, we started talking in July. You just got out of a relationship in March. Sir, you really thought this was going to go somewhere when you're still thinking about this girl, whoever she is, like. And y'all niggas don't think we know that. Like, and that's another thing of like, when I say shit started not being what it was, because I was just like, there got to be something else for you to be just all of a sudden acting like this. Like, the first thing that's gonna come into my mind, or any female's mind, is like, okay, you must be fucking with the bitch that you was just fucking with, because ain't no way. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no way you trying to pursue somebody new and all of a sudden, after a couple weeks, few weeks, now you want to go ghost and act like you can't give them the time that you've been giving them. So yeah, when I found out we were only talking like 4 months after he had just got out of the relationship, I was just like, okay, now it makes sense. Like, you're clearly not in that mind space to really be fucking with me like that. But I feel like you are still messing with the girl that you used to, or you're just not over her and you just don't want to get into something with me. But I'm just like, we're grown. Talk about it. Tell me, oh, you just got out of a relationship. You know, you've been calling me this, calling me that, but you know, we can take things slow. We can feel each other out. We can still go on dates and stuff and see if we really want to move to the next level. Like, it was none of that grown talk stuff with him. So yeah, during that conversation before he had went out of town, it kind of like, I don't know, I feel like that was like closure in a sense, because we kind of talked and he kind of gave me the vibe like, well, if you don't want to fuck with me, then don't fuck with me. And I was just like, well, you're the one who was trying to pursue me. And I mentioned that. I was like, you try to pursue me, like, tell me what it is and what it ain't. Like, what are you trying to do? Because you never made it clear what your intentions were. And that's one thing about me. I like people with pure intentions. So if you're coming to me as a friend or trying to be my friend, trying to be my boyfriend, whatever have you, have some good intention behind it, because I don't have time for bullshit ass people. So yeah, after I found out that he had just got out of a relationship, it was kind of making more sense to me, like, why he was so distant. So I was like, okay, I don't really know if I really want to deal with somebody who's fresh out of a relationship, because those are the people with the most baggage, okay? They're not about to give you 120% like how you gonna give them the 120%. For someone who hadn't been in a relationship for over a year, dealing with somebody who just got out of one 4 months ago, like, it wasn't gonna work anyway. But I didn't know how soon it was until we had the conversation. Back to the faux locks. I had my faux locks or whatever, so the conversation was kind of good. You know, he asked for my picture, whatever, and you know, he was gassing the fuck out of me. He sent a little voice message and was like, you know, don't ever be hesitating to send me, you know, beautiful ass picture like this, da, 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 da. And all the beautiful, nice, cute little shit he was saying. I was just like, oh, I'm so flattered. Like, you really think so? Thanks. After I sent him my little picture of my hair, he sent me one of himself. I was just like, okay, you cute or whatever. And he had some things to do, so I was just like, okay, again, here we go. Like, do your daily dues and I do mine. Never heard from him for some hours. Like, it wasn't like just like 3 hours or 4 hours. It was like a long ass time, and I was just like, you good? Like, what's going on? He was like, yeah, my bad, man. My bad, man. I'm your bro now? Okay. Like, shit like that. That's the stuff I peep. You know, I hear when people start calling me different names, or the energy just ain't the same. Like, what happened to the girlfriend names that you was calling me? Now all of a sudden I'm my bad, man. Like, man, who's your man? Not me. After he was like, my bad, I'll hit you later, I was like, you know what? Don't even worry about it. Like, you're good. You're good, because this is like the 15th time this has happened. I feel like I'm about to be saying the same thing to you. I didn't say that exactly verbatim. I'm just speaking to you guys now so y'all can understand like my thought process. But I was just like, you know, it's the same stuff that I've already told you about. Like, we're clearly not going to get any further from what we've been doing. Like, you're going to talk to me when you want to talk to me, and I'm going to be mad. I don't want to deal with anybody that's going to talk to me when they want to talk to me and then irritate me, because it's like, I feel like I'm begging for your attention when you ask for mine. After I was like, don't worry about it, I'm about to just like read y'all the messages, kind of. I'm not gonna let y'all know everything. I'm not gonna read verbatim, and I'm not gonna post the pictures on the screen. But basically, I was like, after I was like, don't worry about it, I was like, okay, so what's really up? Because I'm over the games. Like, that was my last straw, and that was my like, be upfront now. Tell me what the fuck is up, because you're irritating me now and we're not even together. So if you are trying to go down that route, I think you might want to act a little bit differently than what you've been acting these last couple of 5 days or so, or however long it was. He sends me a voice message saying basically like, I can't give you the attention that you need. You looking for boyfriend shit. What did he say? What? I'm looking for boyfriend shit? When you are calling me all the lovey-dovey names. I have not. Well, after a while, like I started doing it because I'm just like, look, we clearly clicking. But like starting out, he was already thinking I'm about to be his next girlfriend. And he even said to me, like during one of the first like 2 or 3 conversations, he was like, man, I always be saying this cute little shit. You don't never be saying nothing back. Da, 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 da. I'm just like, well, because like I'm not about to open up to you like you my nigga, and if that's not even what you want. Just because you're doing it to me don't mean that that's really what you want. And clearly it wasn't. So anywho, I was just like, look, next time, whatever bullshit he said, I was just like, listen, next time just be upfront, because like you're misleading me, telling me, saying the certain things that you're saying and acting like I'm about to be your girlfriend and and you know, just trying to keep me wrapped around your finger or something for whatever reason. I'm just like, just be upfront. If you just wanted to be my friend, you should have said that. If you just wanted to, you know, talk and see how it could go, then you should have said that. But I mean, I could have asked at the same time, but like I said, if a nigga is calling me his girlfriend and saying I'm about to be his future this, future that tells me your intentions already. You know what I'm saying? Or at least like you're trying to flirt for whatever. I mean, if you're trying to flirt with me, if you're trying to say stuff like that, you're obviously looking at the bigger picture and like getting with me. At least that's what I think. Maybe I should just stop thinking like that. But like for dudes to be calling somebody their girlfriend and baby this and like, what do you expect us to think? So whatever bullshit he said about he can't give me his time and I'm expecting boyfriend shit, them like the main 2 things that I remember from that particular voice message, and I haven't even listened to it again. Like, you really told me I'm looking for boyfriend shit just because I want you to call me back when you say you're gonna call me back and at least talk to me? Like, that's regular shit. That's not boyfriend shit. If you was trying to be my friend, I would be like, what's up? Why you not talking to me? Like, where you at? What's going on? If you're trying to be my nigga, it's like, why are you not talking to me? Where you at? What's going on? Like, talk. One thing about me, I've learned over the years that communication is key with anything, especially in relationships or friendships or whatever that you want to be a relationship, whatever you want to be a friendship. Communication is key. And I've learned that from like the dudes that I have dealt with. Like, communication was never there. Like, we talked, but it wasn't the right type. It wasn't the effective communication that needed to be had. So as I'm getting older, I'm learning like you need to talk to people, tell them how you feel, you know, let them know what's what, you know, check their ass if they need to be checked. But anywho, I was just over his bullshit. So I was just like, next time be upfront. I wasn't looking for anything, and I was respecting the fact that you just got out of a relationship. You was talking good shit, then you switched up. But I get it. You like to lead people on and fuck with them when it's convenient for you. And that's the first thing I said. And the last message, I said a little more than I probably should have. I should have just left it at that one message. But I said something else because, like I said, if you trigger, well, not like I said, but listen, if you trigger the old me, I'm going to try not to let her come out. But if she happens to, it is what it is, okay? Because at this point, you deserve the old me because you've been playing with the new me. And the new me got tired. Yeah. He said what he had to say in his little voice messages. So after his little couple voice messages, I said something back, and then we just stopped talking that night, you know. I was just like, and even after that, I told him, I was like, I enjoyed talking to you. Like, you was cool. Like, we was like this. You know, it seemed like we was like this. Even before we started to, I guess, catch feelings for each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, communication was cool. You know, if we was to stay on that friendship level, we would still be friends right now because he's funny. Well, I'm not gonna say he's funny, but he made me laugh. I'm goofy. That's what it is. He's goofy, I'm goofy. So it's like, it was gonna work out as a friendship at least anyway. So, you know, I just told him like, you know, I like talking to you, but you kind of ruined that because yada, yada, yada. And then the next day he ended up calling me, and I don't know if it was on accident or not, or if he was like just letting me go to sleep and sleep on my conversation, sleep on his conversation. And then he called me the next morning, and I didn't answer because I was still upset. Like, if I just cussed you out the night before, I'm not about to be on the phone with you the next day. That's just me. Friendship, family, relationship, fling, whoever you is. If I just had an argument or a disagreement with you, I'm not ready to have a conversation with you the next day like nothing happened. Like, let me just cool down. Let me cool down. So yeah, he calls me, I didn't answer, and I was just like, I just didn't feel like talking at that time. So Few hours pass, I call him back, he never answers. Like, one thing about Virgos, like, we petty. I'm sorry. Like, I feel like this is for all Virgos. And I'm gonna say, I think August Virgos and September Virgos are very different, but similar. At least from the male Virgo, the male August Virgo and the female September Virgo, I think they're two different types of Virgos. So that could be why a lot of people either don't like Virgos or got so much to say, because like it depends if you get an August one or you get a September one. And I would just say September ones are much more poppin'. Anyway, we both ignored each other's calls, and I texted him later and I was just like, listen, I feel like I'm bothering you. It's probably gonna be the last text I send to you. I'm one of them people, like, when I say we petty, like, I'm gonna send you a goodbye message and you're gonna fucking dwell on it, or whatever the word I'm looking for. That's not the word I wanted to use, but you're gonna just like dwell on the fact that I sent you this message and it's like good riddance. And I was just like, I wasn't trying to be all on you, but you know, if you was just gonna keep ignoring me, then just let me know you want to stop fucking with me altogether. Because that's one thing about me, like, if I already feel like you don't want to fuck with me, it's gonna make me not want to fuck with you. And then it's gonna be like, okay, well, can we just come to like a clear understanding, like what this about to be, because I don't got time for the games, like him or anybody else. Like, it's just, if we're not about to be fucking with each other, just let me know. Like, if you think it's best for us to go separate ways, cool. If I think it's best for us to go separate ways, then I'm just gonna let you know, like, it is what it is, because clearly, you know, you don't have that same energy that you had in the beginning. So then I closed the message with, enjoy the rest of your night and happy early birthday. Petty boots is me. And I say that because, like, you know, it really is like, enjoy the rest of your night. Like, at the time it was like no hard feelings, but at the same time I'm hurt. I ain't gonna lie, like, I was definitely hurt. Like, I don't like when people waste my time, so it just hurts me. Let me just say that it hurts me when my time is wasted and I'm thinking that this person is about to be, you know, something good in my life. Anywho, I was just like, fuck it, like, it is what it is. Sayonara. And he was like, you know, I still want to be friends. I just don't want to feel like I'm leading you on because I'm not giving you the attention that you want. But it's like, at the same time, it's not that I wanted the attention in the first place. You were giving me that attention, then you stopped. That's the problem. If we was already on this sporadic texting here and there, you know, at the beginning, it wouldn't have bothered me as much if that was going to be the way that we were going to continue talking. Did that make sense to y'all? But when it starts out, future girlfriend this, baby this, on the phone for 6 hours, you know, stuff like that. It's a little off-putting when weeks go by and now all of a sudden you got to change your heart. It's like, for what? Like, why? So anyway, he said he want to still be friends, whatever. I let that sit. I was just like, you know what? I'm not about to text him back because I don't want to be friends with you right now. Honestly, truly, like, you obviously didn't want to be my friend. You wasn't acting like a friend. You wasn't acting like a potential nigga. So tell me, what are we being friends for? So anyway, like a week or so passed and I was just like, you know what? Let me just say, hey, you know, I'm not super upset. You know, if I was upset, like, I would have stopped talking to you and would have probably deleted your number, shit like that. So, you know, we were just talking whatever, and, you know, conversation was cool. It was kind of dry, but I was like, okay, we're gonna, you know, at least try to be friends. Like, you know, this is the conversation that's gonna be. Like, it is what it is. So we chatted for a couple of days, and the next day after those 2 days that we were talking, he said, hey. I mean, he didn't say hey, but he reached out and was like, what's up? And I said something back and never heard from him again. After I said something to him, and when I say I never heard from him again, like, his birthday was approaching, still didn't hear from him. Mind you, this was like, well, this was actually like probably like 10 days before his birthday, so it's definitely well over a week. He said something to me, he never responded after I said hello back, and I'm just like, all right, cool. Being the petty queen I was just like, so in my head, I was just like, you know what, sis, I'm the type of person that talks to myself a lot. And let me be real with y'all, I talk to myself a lot. And I was just like, listen, if his birthday comes around and it's approaching his birthday and he still hasn't said anything to you, bitch, let him go. Because he obviously don't give a fuck. He didn't give a fuck he still don't give a fuck, and he won't give a fuck. So as his birthday approaches, I'm just like, girl, it's gonna be worse on you if his birthday gets here and you still tell this nigga happy birthday and he still ignores you. Then it's gonna be some shit, because then I'm gonna be that person like, okay, what's up? Like, I don't appreciate your fucking energy. Simple as that. It was funny. I don't remember the exact day, but basically, I want to say it was the day of his birthday, if not like a couple days before. But I'm almost positive it was like the day of. But I didn't realize this until afterwards. But basically, days passed after I said hello back. He never said anything, and I was just like, you know what? You know, you're gonna be viewing my story, you're gonna be hopping on my live saying stuff, but you're not gonna text me. Why are we here? You know? So basically, after that happened, where he wanted to ignore me and just act like he don't give not 1 or 2 fucks, I was like, all right, sis, you know what time it is. It's block o'clock. One thing about me, you will get blocked. I don't care who you are. I've blocked family members before. I've blocked old friends, and I've blocked old niggas, okay? I will block you for wasting my time, for pissing me off. Now, it's not like oh, I'm gonna block you for a day and unblock you. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. You're blocked indefinitely unless we rekindle in person, Instagram, whatever have you, whatever way we rekindle and mend our friendship or relationship or whatever it is. That's the only way you will become unblocked, because when I block people, that's my way of like being done with the situation, so there's no like extra back and forth that doesn't need to be had. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that's growth for me, because I could have been that person that just goes back and forth arguing all the time and, you know, giving myself my own headache because I don't know when to shut up and when to stop arguing with somebody. But now it's just, well, not now. I've probably been like this for a little while, just blocking people, because I know after some point I'm gonna just get tired of arguing or going back and forth. So I don't want to deal with that anymore. I don't want to hear what you have to say. I don't really care if you care to hear what I have to say. Like, conversation's just gonna be done and over, and you're gonna get blocked. So there's no way for you to communicate with me. There's no way for me to say anything to you. Like, blocked is blocked, okay? The reason why I block people is because a lot of times it's like a big falling out, or that person just did something that they can't basically come back from. So to avoid any of the unnecessary communication that doesn't need to be had, you just get blocked. And, you know, like I said, the only way to rekindle it is if we have like a one-on-one conversation, understand why, who felt what, and, you know, that's that. So that concludes the story time today. Basically, my ex-future husband like fucked it up for himself, but it's okay. Moral of the story though, ladies specifically, or anyone who's dealing with like a guy or even a girl, like depending on like what the situation is, know your worth. Please know your worth. Understand that there are some things that you shouldn't tolerate, okay? If someone is asking for your attention and time and abusing it, please let them go, because they're not going to do anything but the same thing. Like, I don't know how much of that y'all didn't catch from this story. Like, dude was wasting my time and I was allowing it. Although I did have conversation about it, a nigga's only gonna do what you allow. Cardi B said it best, okay? So if you allow it, he's gonna keep doing it. Like, so don't allow yourself to be treated less than you should be, okay? You need to be treated with the same respect that you treat yourself with, okay? But let me know what you guys think of this story. Please comment down below what y'all think. Like, was I tripping or was he tripping? Was he on that fuck shit or was I on that dumb shit? Like, help me understand. Like, what do y'all take from this story? Like, do y'all think I was expecting too much or asking for too much, or do you think he was just on some fuck nigga shit and was trying to do his own thing after he got me where he wanted me? Basically, that's what I feel like he did. But let me know down below in the comments what y'all think. I definitely will be doing a lot more story times. Like, I have so many stories to tell. I really hope this one was good, but I've told the story like twice already, so it might not be as juicy as it was the first time. But anywho, still a good story. I definitely have a lot of story times, whether it's dudes that I've talked to, dealt with, or roommates. So I definitely have a good roommate series that I'm thinking about starting, like with different roommates from hell stories. Because I tell you, all the roommates I had to be from hell. Like I don't understand where else they came from. But anywho, that was my story time today. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on your way to my next videos. And I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!